Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In previous videos, I've received a ton of comments like these. These are excellent questions.
And they show that you don't just want to learn about success, but also to understand failure to avoid the same pitfalls.
And I get that feeling. We often look at giant corporations and think they're invincible.
But the truth is, business history is filled with painful downfalls, sometimes caused by very basic mistakes.
Today, using all my experience and analysis, I will tell you such a story.
A failure worth billions of dollars from JCPenney, one of America's largest retail chains. This video will have two very clear parts. Part 1, we will dissect the plan called Fair and Square
that nearly killed a 100-year-old empire.
And more importantly, Part 2, we will extract the hard-won lessons about understanding customers,
Which I believe everyone, whether your business is large or small, must take to heart. And let me be honest, Part 2, the lessons learned, is possibly more important than the story itself.
because knowing a story is just for fun, but understanding the root cause and applying it to avoid your own mistakes. That's what creates real value. It will save you a lot of money and tears.
so please watch carefully until the end of the video. First, we need to understand a core concept, the psychology of pricing. Imagine two sales models. The first model is called high-low pricing.
That means a shirt is listed for $100, but the store constantly runs 30% or 50% off sales.
And you're able to buy it for $50. The second model is everyday low price. It's the same shirt, but the store lists the final price directly at $50, with no sales, no coupons. Logically, both have the same final price. But emotionally, which one feels more satisfying? Most of us would choose the first option, right? That feeling of hunting for a bargain, of being smarter than others, creates immense satisfaction.
That is exactly what JCPenney had used for decades, and then they decided to throw it all away.
This video isn't about analyzing complex financial strategies.
It focuses on one thing only: the psychology of the average male shopper.
The homemakers, the middle-income earners.
It was by ignoring them that a billion-dollar plan collapsed.
So, where did the fair and square plan go wrong? It had two fatal flaws,
Wrapped up in a plan that, at first glance, sounded incredibly reasonable.
Fatal flaw number 1. Eliminating the sale hunt, stripping customers of their joy.
In 2011, JCPenney appointed a new CEO named Ron Johnson.
He was a visionary, the mind behind Apple Stores' success. He came to JCPenney with a grand vision to transform an old department store chain into something simple, modern, and honest. just like Apple.
Ron Johnson argued that listing high prices, then constantly marking them down with coupons, was an artificial gimmick.
He wanted to create a shopping experience that required no thinking, no waiting.
His plan: cancel all 590-plus promotions throughout the year. Instead, there would be just one fair and square price, about 40% lower than the old list price. No more coupons, no more bright red 70% off signs.
Everything was to be clean, simple, and honest.
Hearing this, many of you might nod and think, well, that's good for the customer, very civilized. What's wrong with that?
Theoretically, it wasn't wrong. But in reality, it completely ignored the emotional factor in shopping.
Ron Johnson saw JCPenney's customers through the lens of an Apple customer.
People willing to pay full price for a premium product and who hate complexity.
But JCPenney's core customers were not them. They were mothers, middle-income families.
For them, shopping wasn't just about getting an item and paying for it. It was a hunt. Getting the sales catalog, clipping coupons, waiting for Black Friday to buy something they wanted at a great price.
She meant meat and a plate twisted. It gave them the feeling of being a winner.
They felt like savvy consumers, skilled at managing their family's budget. He took that game away from them. He took that joy away.
He turned shopping from an adventure into a boring transaction.
And the results? A catastrophe. In the first quarter of the new strategy, JCPenney's revenue dropped 20%. The number of customers visiting the stores fell by 10%.
For the entire year of 2012, the company lost nearly $1 billion.
The stock price went into a nosedive.
Their loyal customers felt betrayed. They didn't understand the new pricing system.
They walked into the store, saw no sale signs, and assumed everything was being sold at an expensive full price.
They turned around, walked away, and never came back.
Fatal flaw number 2. Changing the brand's identity. Abandoning core customers.
This was the foundational, strategic mistake, which I rank as number 1. Ron Johnson's plan wasn't just about changing prices. He wanted to change all of JCPenney. He wanted to make it a hipper, more stylish place, a street of shops. He got rid of the familiar, affordable brands that old customers loved,
replacing them with higher-end fashion brands.
A male architect redesigned the stores with a minimalist, modern style, even adding social hubs like Apple's Genius Bar.
His goal was to attract a new generation of customers, younger, wealthier, and more stylish. Once again, on paper, this was an ambitious and seemingly sound plan. Who wouldn't want to refresh their brand? But the fatal problem was this. He tried to do it by kicking out the loyal customers who had sustained the company for 100 years. Imagine this. You own a super popular local diner, mostly serving workers and office staff from the area.
They love your place because it's delicious, affordable, and has a familiar atmosphere.
Then one day, you decide to upgrade. You tear it down to build a chic European restaurant.
with velvet chairs, sparkling chandeliers, and a menu full of fancy foreign names.
What happens? Your old customers won't dare to step inside. They feel it's no longer for them.
And the wealthy customers you were targeting? They won't come either, because in their minds, this is still just that cheap diner on the corner. You have personally destroyed your greatest asset, familiarity and customer loyalty. JCPenney did exactly that.
The middle-aged moms walked into the new stores and felt lost. The items they usually bought were gone. The layout was confusing. They no longer felt welcome.
Meanwhile, the trendy young customers Ron Johnson dreamed of continued to shop at Zara and H&M.
They had no reason to go to a place called JCPenney.
Ron Johnson's plan was built for an imaginary customer, while completely ignoring the real customer who was paying his bills every single day. He burned down the old house before the new one was even finished. So, we've dissected the two fatal flaws in JCPenney's plan. First, taking away the joy of the sale hunt.
And second, abruptly changing the brand and abandoning its most loyal customers.
It all stemmed from one thing: sitting in a meeting room and assuming you understand customers better than they understand themselves. The story of JCPenney is a classic lesson about not ignoring human psychology and emotion.
To not miss out on more valuable failure stories and the deep analysis behind them, hit subscribe.
And turn on notifications right now, because every lesson here is a chance to change your mindset.
Maybe even your life, if you are not careful enough. And my final piece of advice for you is this: never build your product, service, or marketing strategy based only on what you think is right. Get out there, talk to your customers, listen to them, observe them. Because in the world of business, the one who truly understands their customer is the one who will win. Start doing that today before your competition does. Watch this video again, reflect on it, because I believe it will help you avoid career-ending mistakes.